Good day, everyone. So, today we shall be looking at another topic titled Driving and Boring Tools. The last time we looked at the measuring and the marking tools during construction, but then that's not the end of construction. After you have measured what you want to construct and you have marked out the places you need, there are times you will need to drive in some objects and there are times you need to make holes. So we are going to be looking at the tools for this. We're looking at the driving tools and the boring tools. Okay, so let's dive in into this topic. Now, what are driving tools? Driving tools actually fix nails and screws into materials. Okay, this is an example of a nail here, all right, and this screw. The difference between a nail and a screw is that for a nail, it is just the stem is smooth. You can see there is no any friction around it. It's very smooth. But for a screw, you can see all of these rings around it. That's the difference between a screw and a nail. So we use driving tool to drive either of these. For the nail, we use a driving tool called hammer to drive it into a wood. All right. While for the screw, we use a tool called screwdriver to drive it in. Okay, so whether it's a nail or a tool, they are their respective drivers. All right. So I won't say that. Now let's talk about the tools for driving nails, and that's hammer. We have different type of hammer depending on the purpose they are made for. The first one we have here is known as the ball peen hammer. This is a sample here. So this one is made for general purpose, for rounded striking surface, most especially. So if you want to use it for anything, it does it. So it has this is the head of the hammer. So it has the rounded head both at the left and at the right hand side. Okay. Most of the time, for rounded striking surface, when the nails are the rounded head, you use this ball peen. So it has a ball shape. So the second type of hammer we have is called the straight pin hammer. This is it here. So it's used for riveting and shaping sheet metals. If you want to give metals a particular shape, you use this type. You see the pin shape here. So you use this type for shaping the sheet of metals. We have another one called the cross pin hammer. This one is designed for drawing down and riveting work. So if you want to draw down something, because of the cross pin it has, this pin nature, it can easily help you to draw down and to make a rivet. All right. Another type of hammer we have is known as the planishing hammer. This is it there. This one is used for panel beaters. If you want to if you want to build a panel of it's used by panel beaters. If you want to beat the body of a vehicle, in a particular shape and it look neat, you use this planishing hammer. Panel beaters use this for their finishing sheet metals. Okay, and we last one that we are going to. There's too many of them, but we cannot consider all. We have the blocking head, okay, based on it. So this one is used for shaping sheet to a precise shape you want, okay. It has a polished face. You can see it here. It has a polished face and it's used for shaping sheet to a precise shape that you want. All right, I won't say that on types of hammer. Let's go straight to another tool that we use for driving nails, or we have the mallet. The mallet is another type of hammer, but it's a soft-faced hammer. Unlike the previous type of hammer where their faces are hard faced, hard faces. But for soft face hammer, the the head there is soft because it's used for gentle striking. You don't use it for very hard object, okay? You use it for gentle striking so that it does not damage the surface that you are applying it. And it is ideal for woodworking and assembly tasks. So there are different forms. We have the wooden mallet, the one that the hand is made up of wood. We have the plastic mallet, and we have the raw hide mallet. Any of them will have soft face. Okay. Then let's go into the other drivers called the screwdrivers. This is used for driving screws into wood or metals. Okay, it's a long shaped tool. You consider sample here with tips fitting screw slot. This is the tip. Okay, and they come in different shape and sizes, either in wooden form or in plastic handle. This one here is even a rubber handle. So it has a tip, and the tip is based on the purpose it's made for. Let's go deeper into it. So we have different type of screwdrivers. We have the one we call the flat screwdriver. You see it here. It is used for screws with single line slot on the head. So this is the mouth of the flat screwdriver. So when the screw has a single line on the head, you use this screwdriver for it. And for the star screwdriver, it is used for screw with star shape opening. So for screws that have star shape opening, you use this star screwdriver for it. And we have what we call the offset screwdriver. This one is used when straight screwdriver cannot reach. Maybe it's a corner, this offset screwdriver. It's a corner that you want to apply the screw. Because of this nature, the shape of the screwdriver, it can easily penetrate, difficult areas to insert your screw. So when you need to access a difficult place, you can use an offset screwdriver. And then we have the last one, which is the Allen screwdriver. This one has either hexagonal or square slot screw. See it here. When you are using it for a screw that is square in shape or hexagonal in shape, you use this Allen screwdriver. Right, so these are the various type of screwdrivers we have in driving screws into a metal or a wood. Okay, all right, let's talk about the boring tools. We are just talking about the driving tool, that's the hammer and the screwdriver. The boring tool, what is boring in the first place? Boring is the process of creating narrow holes in wood or metal. So when you are creating a hole in a wood or in a metal, that means you are simply boring. And these boring tools are sometimes called bits or drills. Okay, so you can either call them bits or drills. The most common one is the drill. So either a drill or a bit or boring tool. What their function is to make road. There is they are essential for precision hole making. If you want a small hole or a bigger hole, you need to use this tool so that you don't just make anyhow hole. So it helps in precision hole making in construction and wood working projects. I see some of them here. There's some of boring tools that we have or drills or bits. All right. So let's consider some of them. The one I want us to look at today is called the ratchet brace and bit. This is example of a ratchet here. So this is the ratchet boring tools. So the ratchet brace, what it does is to hold various size bits. Okay, so this here is the handle. You spin the handle, and as you are spinning the handle, the bit here begin to make the hole. And this bit come in different sizes. We have the center bit. The bit actually, this is the center bit here, is the one that made the hole, but it needs to be driven. Okay, it needs to be driven by the user. So this This is the handle. So the bit will be inserted there, and as the handle is being spinned, it begins to make the hole. So the center bit, which is this, is used for making shallow holes. Okay, this is where penetrate into the wood as it's been attached to this chalk. This is the place where you attach the bit is called a chalk. All right, like we said there. Okay, chalk. So the center bit, which is this, is used for making shallow holes in wood. And if you want to make other holes, we use other bit too, like the dowel bit. This one hold component together with dowel pins. All right, this is the example of dowel bit. So if you want to make a hole, all right, and then join it with another, maybe an object that we hold two holes together. Okay, so we use the dowel bit to make such hole. Okay, so that there will be a pin that can pin the two holes together. All right, so this sample of a dowel bit, and we have the countersink bit. Okay, this is used for enlarging existing hole. Maybe the hole you have produced, okay, in the first place is not big enough. Then you can use the countersink bit. This is it here. All you need to do is to replace it to, attach it to the chalk here, and then spin the handle, holding the head there, and then it goes into the wood and expand it, or the metal. And the last one we have is called the double twist drill, or sometimes we say this is called drill or bit. So this is used for boring deep hole in the wood. If you want to make a very deep hole, you just attach this is double twist drill here. You bring a double twist drill, attach it here. Okay, let me show you an example. So you can just bring it here. Okay, and once you attach it, you begin to spin this. Boom, you make your hole. All right, so that's it. So I will say that let's talk about other driving tools. Also, we have the gimlet and the brow door. The gimlet is a special tool for making small holes in wood before inserting nails and screws. Okay, so if you want to make insertion of nails easier, sometimes you can use the gimlet. So this is an example of gimlet. You just you will spin it gradually, the tip into the wood, and to make that small hole that can allow the screws to enter. Okay, so that's what the gimlet does for making small hole in wood, a special tool. Aside from the gimlet, we also have the brow door. This is a versatile tool that replaces gimlet. It also drives small screws. This is a sample of it. It's used for driving small screws as well, and form small holes. Okay, so the work that gimlet does, it does it as well, right? So these are the different tools that we have in driving nails and in making holes. So what the key takeaway today? We have learned driving tools, okay, and we say the driving tools are hammers, mallets, and screwdrivers. Okay, we say that the hammer fasten the nails, while the screwdriver fasten the screws into the material. Okay, but it should be done with what? With techniques and carefulness. Second takeaway is that we have varieties of hammer. We mentioned the 5 types of hammer based on their purposes. So we have the ball peen hammer, we have the straight pin, we have the cross pin hammer, the planishing hammer, and the blocking head hammer. And then lastly, we went into the boring tools that they are used for making holes. And then we have the ratchet races. Okay, which is used for making different kind of hole. The ratchet brace is just a tool that can hold different beads, and these beads are designed for different purposes. Then we talk about the gimlet also and the browder. All of these tools, we say they make hole based on precision. All right. So you need to master your tools, whether it's the boring tools or the driving tools or measuring tools or marking tools. Understanding driving and boring tools is fundamental to construction as well, woodworking and metalworking. Any of these, whether it is woodworking or metalworking, you need to know how to use your driving and boring tools. And each of these tools serve a specific purpose. All right? So they are not just there for fancy. Each of them serve a specific purpose. So you must select the right tools to ensure quality work and safety. You do not take a driving tool for boring tool. You might damage your construction work. Neither should you take a boring tool for a driving tool or a marking tool like we learned last time, or measuring tool. Because when you abuse these two at times, number one, the tool can get damaged. Number two, they can even destroy the work of our hand. And lastly, they can cause accident, which we have said we should avoid in the workshop. Okay? All right, so we shall be drawing the curtain here. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.